This is a Permobil F5 VS. The VS is for vertical standing. This power chair has 6 functions. It has the vertical standing where you can drive the chair standing up. It has the interior tilt, the 14-inch seat lift, the electric tilt, the electric recline, and the electric legs. So this is the F5. It has 179 miles, so it's in excellent condition. 179 miles, very well taken care of. It has many other features. The first thing we're going to cover is how to make the chair stand up, which is why most people are looking at this one. So you can do the standing feature through the box right here, the switch box, or through the joystick. You can see the first button is ready for the standing, so that's the one I would push first. But before you do the standing position, the first thing you would do is make sure you put your knee brace on and your chest guard right here. So you don't want to be standing without these two in place. This chest guard can be adjusted back and forth, higher, depending where you need it, okay? So I'm going to hit the button now, and you'll see the chair will start moving its way up in the standing position. The nice thing about this chair, once it's standing up, you're also going to be able to drive it. So you can drive this chair while the seat is elevated and standing up. When the chair stands up, these wheels will go down over here. You'll see them in a second here. They're going to start going down to the ground. Right there, you can see them going down. Those go down to give you more stability when you're standing up. So this would be your standing feature. Almost all the way up. It's a lot of moving parts in these chairs. So now you've got the standing feature as far as it'll go standing up, okay? And I'm going to put it, you can still drive this chair while you're standing up. It's going to be at a reduced speed, but you can still drive it. So you can see backward. So if you need it to be stood up, this would be a really nice, you can see the front of the chair when you're standing up. The knee brace is adjustable also. It can be adjusted in and out depending what your needs are. You have a safety belt here. You have a chest guard here. This is a Roho cushion here. Very nice cushion. The back of the chair, we've got back here. You can see the back of the chair, what it looks like from behind. You can see the armature here for the seat lift and the standing features. There's other stuff on the chair we're going to cover in a minute. But while we have the seat elevated, let's talk about the base of this chair. We've got 14-inch solid wheels, non-skid wheels, front wheel drive, so everything, all your weight transfers to here. So it's a real good chair for outside and inside. Double suspension. Suspension for the front, suspension for the back. On both sides, you got double suspension, which can be adjusted by turning these rings. You have a motor for each wheel. If I wanted to push this chair right now, I couldn't do it. The chair weighs 425 pounds, there's no way I can push it. But if I turn the power off, which I'm going to do right now, turn the power off, and I have a motor on each side, push the lever down, and now you can see it's in neutral. You got to do both motors, then you can push the chair around. As I said, the chair weighs 425 pounds. If you have a person in it, you may be pushing 600 pounds plus. Back in gear, you can see your wheels back locked. You've got anchor points here to tie your chair, another one right here. So if you need to tie it to your van, you have 2 anchor points on each side. You have 4 of them, okay? As I mentioned, solid tires all the way around. We're going to turn the power back on, and we're going to bring the electric seat lift, the electric lift back down. While we do that, let's talk about the swing away joystick. This is a swing away joystick. It's on the right hand side right now. It can go on the left side with no problem. So if you're lefty, we can put it on the left side, and it'll swing to the left side also. As I mentioned earlier, you've got a safety belt here. This chair will go about 7.5 miles an hour outside, so it's a really fast power chair. Notice the wheels came back up. 7.5 miles an hour if you're outside with this power chair. This chair takes 2 batteries. They're group 34. They come out from the back to back, and they're group 34, and there's 2 batteries in here. So now while your seat is back down, take your chest guard out, take your knee brace out. The next feature we're going to talk about is the 14-inch seat lift. So that one, you just hit the seat lift button and your seat will start going up 14 inches. So you're going to start roughly at 22 and you'll be at 36 inches by the time you're all the way up. So you'll be really eye level, definitely eye level with someone. So this is your 14-inch seat lift, and you can see the armature on the seat lift right here, and you can see the actual motor right there. It's a 3-point seat lift, so it gives you a lot of stability on the seat. And you can still drive the chair with the seat elevated at a reduced speed. This is about 1.5 miles an hour. This is backwards. But forward, this will be your forward speed right here, about 1.5 mile an hour. So that's your electric seat lift, 14-inch seat lift right there, all the way up. These arms on this chair, they do flip up. So if you need a transfer from the side, they do come out of the way, which is nice. So these are your flip up arms right there. This little cable here is, it doesn't do anything. There was a little switch, a dead man switch right here. Actually, it's right here. We just connected it. You could turn the power off right here. I just took it off so we don't have, it wouldn't be in the way. So this is your 14-inch seat lift all the way down. The next thing we're going to do is the electric tilt. So this is the electric tilt. The bottom goes back up and your back goes back together. This is called electric tilt right here. This is your electric tilt. And we're going to do the legs right now since we're at it. These will be your electric legs. We can adjust these legs depending on your height. If you're 5 foot tall or 6 foot tall, we can adjust the length of these legs. So if you needed some circulation, you can move these legs all the way up like this. And because this would be a little extreme, what I would do is I would bring the tilt back down a little bit, so you're not so far tilted, and you still would have, even if you went down to this much right here, you would still be lower, so you still would get, your legs would still be higher than your torso, than your body. So I'm going to bring the seat back down. The next function we're going to do is the electric recline. So this would be just the back going back by itself. As I said, there's many functions on this chair. So this is the electric recline going back. So if you were to sleep in your chair, this is what you would look like. And I'm going to move the arm up so you can see better how far back it goes. So this is so it's pretty flat. Yeah, so it's dead flat. So this is, you're flat all the way if you're reclining this chair. So that's your electric recline. So now we've covered the 14-inch seat lift, we've covered the standing position, the electric recline, the electric tilt, the electric legs, and I think we've already covered the anterior tilt, which we'll cover in a second one more time. So I'm going to bring the seat back up, I'm going to bring the legs back down, and if you want to do two functions at once, bring the back and the legs down at the same time, you can do it through the joystick and just set up for two of them, and you can do two functions at one time. So like now I did the back, now I'm doing the legs. If you're going to be outside, leave your legs out at least this far out so you have a little more room under there so you don't hit anything and damage your electric legs. Now the anterior tilt is where the bottom goes back forward. So this would be your anterior tilt right here. I'm going to bring it back down. Okay. So the anterior tilt is just the bottom going forward. I'm still hitting the wrong button. Let me bring the seat lift all the way down. Okay. This chair has to be flat. There we go. So this is the electric tilt. I'm going to bring it back down. And this would be your anterior tilt right here. So I'm going to raise the seat up a little bit so you can see the anterior tilt. You can see it right there. So you can see your anterior tilt right there. So there's a lot of buttons on this chair. So once you get used to all the buttons, which I'm not very familiar when it has the anterior tilt. So this is your anterior tilt. So once you do that, I'm going to bring it back down, bring the tilt back. So many buttons. And bring the legs back in a little bit. Then we're going to talk about the front. This chair has a, the cushion size on here is, looks like it's about 17, 18 by 20 deep. It's a Roho cushion. You can put your own cushion on here. And this cushion you can pump up with a pump. We have a little plastic pump right here. You can just put right here like this and pump the air right in the cushion. You can adjust the pressure that you want. You have your safety belt, as I mentioned earlier. The arms go up. The back of the chair. You've got back here an attendant control. So if you want to drive this chair from back here, you just switch it on the attendee mode right here, and you can drive the chair, make the seat tilt, and do all the functions here. If you don't need the attendant control, you can lower it down like this, so it's out of the way. Back here, we've got a port right here. We always turn the power off in these chairs when we ship them, so you would turn the power off right here, right, go in here, and there's a button on top. This is where you need to come when you receive your chair. These cylinders right here adjust the tilt of the arm. So if you turn these cylinders, you can adjust the tilt of the arm. You've got an adjustable headrest with your Allen wrench, which is right here. This Allen wrench right here, you can use it for any of the functions on the chair, then put it back in here when you're done, so you always have it. And you can adjust the headrest also. When you charge this chair, the only thing you have to do is take your Permobil charger, plug it right below the joystick, and as soon as the light turns green on your charger, you're fully charged. You don't have to worry about overcharging your chair. As soon as the charger is full, it'll stop charging automatically. So again, let's recap. This is the Permobil F5 VS vertical standing. It has the standing position, the electric tilt, the electric recline, the electric legs, the 14-inch seat lift. It has the anterior tilt, about a 10% anterior tilt, very small anterior tilt. 6 electric function on this chair, 7.5 miles an hour, Roho cushion, safety belt, knee brace, chest guard, which we covered earlier. It's got 16-inch leather pads, arm pads, and it's ready to go. And this chair has 179 miles, 179 miles. So this is the F5 vertical standing power chair, 7.5 miles an hour. You can see how fast it goes and how fast it stops when you let go. Great suspension on the concrete, in the grass, fantastic. You can see the suspension in the grass work really good. Fully loaded, very nice chair, ready to go.
Hi, I'm Mark, and my name is Alex.
We are a family-owned business for over 25 years.
We have many products available, not just what you see in this video. If you would like to learn more, you can call the number below at 800-677-6293, or you can visit us directly at www.marksmobility.com.